For those of you who want to install Ubuntu itself rather than Pop! OS, that is even easier and simpler than installing Pop! OS. We need to go to the Ubuntu website, www.ubuntu.com, and select the download. You can download two versions, the long-time support version and the current interim version. I would suggest and recommend the long-time support version, which will download automatically once you click that. I have already downloaded that, so I will cancel that part. After the download finished, you can then create a new machine. We can select the Ubuntu ISO as the CD that will be in the virtual CD drive. In this case, it detects the installation medium, and it will use something that is called easy install. So you do not need to do a lot in order to get the installation working. It runs a default system. So I just set up my password. It takes my username from this workstation and so on. So it's all pre-filled. Let's give that name. Select where it needs to go. Next. Then select the size that you want. I would recommend to go as high as you can here if you have a dedicated drive. And then again, look at what you want to give the system in hardware. I go for 8 GB here, and 2 processors is fine. You need to set these up. And we need to come back and tick those 2 boxes before we run the machine once it's installed. And then we finish the installation. This will now start the installation, and it will go through the installation automatically, so you don't need to do anything here. And it should take about 10-15 minutes for this installation to finish. Okay, this black screen is merely because the system has automatically restarted our new Linux system. So it is also installing the VMware tools automatically, which we had to do manually on Pop! OS. So it now can just be a matter of a minute or so before we get our login. And there we are. So the first time around, I think we need to toggle full screen and back to get the resolution. Yes, and there we are. So full screen resolution, can set up your online accounts like so. You can set up your Google email and Google Drive accounts, for example. And just go through this, okay. And open the software center. That should give us software that we can install, which is also available. This icon. So this is where you find software. We will very often use the command line utility. It's still downloading the icons, I assume. So, and okay, it asks us to update. So yeah, let's install these updates. And when you use this setting here, that would give us the so the user interface is quite similar to what I showed you in Pop! OS. We have the application grid here. You have a search window here, which is how I usually start applications. So for example, if I want to start a terminal, I go into the search window, I just open the, let me just do it again. I just open the app grid and start typing. You don't need to move your mouse to that terminal, to that window or to that entry field, and just start typing the app that I want to start, in this case, terminal. You also get this with the Windows key. So whenever you need to start a new piece of software, just click the Windows key, start typing, and it will automatically get you there. The Windows key also opens the app launcher on, or the launcher on Pop! OS. The application grid you get with Windows A on Pop! OS, but here it is the Windows key. So this is quite a useful feature. You also see here the workspaces. So Ubuntu uses a very similar system to Pop! OS in that it gives you one additional workspace to the one that you are already using. So you can simply get to a new workspace, open something there. Open something here, for example, the file manager. And now we have two workspaces with Windows on, and a third one with which is empty. So this allows you to organize your work quite nicely. And this is the Ubuntu user interface. So you choose which one you like best. Ubuntu and Pop! OS are based on the same package management system. So everything we discuss in the following videos will work for both Ubuntu and Pop! OS mostly. I'll use Pop! OS because that's my personal OS, but if you want to use Ubuntu, then that is the more mainstream choice. Let me log out from this and make one last change to the virtual machine. Oops, which application is inhibiting this? Oh, we're running the update, so we can't log out yet. So let's just wait till the update is finished. And then what we want to do is in the virtual machine settings, don't think I can change that while it's running. We want to tick these two boxes. But I need to shut down the virtual machine before I can do that. So let's wait till the update is finished and then do that. So the update is finished. So we now in, well, a little bit less than 25 minutes, we have a fully working system which has all the typical software installed. So if you need to write some text, it should have LibreOffice installed. So Office, but not installed yet. So we need to install that manually. It could be that we need to install LibreOffice manually, but you can do so from the App Store, for example. Just double check. No, it did not install it from the beginning. So you need to go to the software store if you want to install OpenOffice. So this is how you install Ubuntu. So one thing left is to shut off the system and change this one setting. Processes. So now we can tick those two boxes. We couldn't tick those before the installation was finished. So these should always be set. In this case, yeah, they are set. So all your machines should have all these three tick boxes set. And that is it. So everything else you can do on both of these systems, Pop! OS or Ubuntu, and follow along. So see you soon.